Recent news show that the big and vast Fast and Furious franchise is coming to a close. But with the recent 9th installment around the corner, today we're going to talk about the growth budget over the years of the franchise and the possible budget for the 9th movie, so without further ado, let's dive right in. The franchise. After the recent news of this movie franchise coming to a close, with just 2 more installments in the mix, let's take a look into the past and how things went down from the start of the franchise to this day and moving onward. The action-packed film series began way back in 2001 with the Fast and the Furious movie starring Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and the late Paul Walker. And ever since the start, the franchise has been expanding to an incredible number of 8 movies so far, and the 9th just around the corner, and plus 1 spin-off movie and an animated TV series. The last sequel of the franchise, Fast and Furious Hobbs Shaw, managed to earn $5.7 billion worldwide so far. And hints were thrown that the last 2 movies of the franchise will tell a big story which will ultimately reunite all the series' core cast members and paint one big picture engraved for eternity. Franchise recap. Let us tell you this, no one, and we mean no one, expected for this franchise to be the hit that it is right now. When the Fast and the Furious first movie was released in 2001, no one thought it could be the start of becoming the global box office behemoth that it is now. The franchise started modestly, and the typical story of an undercover cop infiltrating a group of vehicle hijacking street racers. However, it quickly became a hit among the audiences around the world and was met with critical derision. The first movie lived up to its title and served as a warm welcome for what is yet to come. The second movie in line, Too Fast, Too Furious, welcomed Paul Walker without Vin Diesel, but a new co-star that became a staple for the franchise, and that person is Tyrese Gibson. The third movie, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, welcomed yet another new character, Sean Boswell, portrayed by Lucas Black, one who would involve himself in illegal street racing in Japan. Who would have thought, right? Huge thanks for the movie is owed to the legendary Kang, who portrayed Han, the character who everyone loved right from the start. However, the 2009's Fast and Furious was the movie which eventually set the template for the series' subsequent success and the globe-trotting action franchise which we all know and love today. The film saw Vin Diesel, Dominic Toretto, and Paul Walker, Brian O'Connor reunite, joining forces to defeat a Mexican drug cartel. The 5th installment, Fast 5, took the formula to Rio and introduced Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Luke Hobbs, a U.S. enforcement agent with the intent to bring Dominic Toretto to justice. The 2013's Fast and Furious 6 took the team all the way to London before ending with a huge cargo plane ready to take off before eventually the gang preventing the whole process, as it might have gone any other way, right? In 2015, the Fast and Furious 7 released, however the whole movie was overshadowed by Paul Walker's tragic death in a car accident in December 2013. An event which would leave the whole cast in sadness. Losing their friend and the main character of the whole franchise, the movie was filled with exotic locations and outrageous stunts, and eventually ended with a poignant coda which served as a tribute to the departed actor. The Fate of the Furious, which released in 2017, was the 8th sequel of the film series in which Charlize Theron was introduced as a new adversary and saw nuclear submarines joining the club of the series' high-performance vehicles. The last Fast and Furious Hobbs Shaw spin-off movie gave us the alliance of Johnson's character with the one of a criminal, Jason Statham's Deckard Shaw. Over the years, the franchise's ensemble managed to incorporate many popular actors in the likes of Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot, rapper Ludacris, and Dame Helen Mirren as the newest addition to the cast in the movie, which is yet to come in the very near future, early summer 2021, after being delayed for a full year because of the whole pandemic situation. Fast and Furious All Movies Budget. Now, before we move on forward with the video, we should tell you that the budget showcase that comes next doesn't include the cast salaries and earnings in each and every movie, but rather just the movie itself, the visual effects, the CGI, and the budget used to create everything we see on the big screen. As for the cast salaries, we can safely say that their numbers have only been growing, with each and every next movie released from the franchise. And if you take a look at the growing cast and the popular faces taking part in the franchise, it should come as no surprise. Even with the first movie, The Fast and the Furious, being the simplest of them all, focusing solely on the world of racing, the budget invested in it was somewhere around $38 million. Next in line was the second installment in the franchise, Too Fast, Too Furious, and even though Vin Diesel, the star of the first movie, was not part of it, the budget managed to be raised to around $76 million. Unlike the majority of the other movies taking place in America, the threequel Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift managed to get its hands on an $85 million, a movie which featured the character of Han, who would go on to become a major player in the future of the franchise. Reserving the same budget for a movie of the franchise was also the next movie released, Fast and Furious, the fourth installment, having the same budget of around $85 million. With every next movie released, the budget also increased, not just the salaries of the actors, thus the budget of Fast 5 came to be around $125 million, the first movie of the franchise to cost over $100 million, which simply marked the transition from the movies being about street racing into basically large-scale superhero movies and was one of the top 10 highest-grossing movies of the year, taking the number 6 spot on that list. We see a pattern here, don't you?
No one tells me what to do.
With every next movie released, the budget increased. This was also the case for the next movie in line, Fast and Furious 6, grabbing a budget rounding up to $160 million. The film that featured a touching tribute to the character and the actor that many felt could have been the end of the franchise, Fast and Furious 7, was filmed and produced with a budget of a whopping $170 million, a movie which had the main plot of trying to track the God's Eye created by the hacker named Ramsey. The only exclusion from the pattern was the reverse placement of the two films, Fast and Furious Hobbs Shaw and The Fate of the Furious, the first having a budget of around $200 million and the latter $250 million, even though the latter was released before the former. But seeing how the movie went down, it comes as no surprise why the budget was higher for the one of the two. With this in mind, and seeing the trailer of the ninth movie, which is going to release in just a few months, we should expect an even higher budget than $250 million, especially when all the visual effects and destinations reserved, and on top of that, the salaries of the wide and familiar cast, we should not be surprised if it even costs an estimated $300 million, if not even more. There's nothing confirmed yet, but as the releases come out and few weeks pass, the exact number of the budget invested in the movie will also pop out, so be on the lookout if you want to know the exact price of the makings of the craziest movie released from the franchise so far. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below which movie from the franchise has been your favorite and why. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.